We have 32 parks in Palo Alto, and actually the majority of them are technically considered ADA compliant. However, that doesn't mean that they're actually ADA accessible.
I think there are good things about how parks and playgrounds have changed, and then there are bad things in that they have limited accessibility.
Until you've experienced yourself going to a park with a special needs child, you just can't imagine, what a difference it'll make in the life of a child that's Lexi's size, to be able to go on a swing still when, that has disappeared from her a couple years ago and she loves to swing, or, to be able for a child in a wheelchair to actually go on something on a playground besides just sitting there on the sidelines. You just can't imagine what a difference it would make unless you've truly lived it.
I think the physical place of a playground is key. It's a meeting place, it's a clubhouse in a way. Anyone who's a kid is involved and invited, and it's an important part of growing up. I have lots of memories of being in a cement playground, which is, when I grew up, that's what everyone had. And so I remember having a lot of fun, but also having a lot of scrapes and cuts and bruises. And it was always sort of this cross between dangerous and fun.
I think an all-access park does something that's really important in bringing people together in nature. I think getting people into the community is really important, and I think that we're starving for community.
Right now when Lexi goes to a playground, it's pretty much an adult and her experiencing something and trying to make it safe, trying to make it accessible for her. Experimenting with different equipment to see if she can participate or not. And it's difficult for her to interact with other children that way. And I think if she could do something by herself and have other kids right there with her, without an adult right there, it would make a big difference.
My children will benefit from this, and they will be able to experience, things that maybe they aren't able to experience right now, and they don't even know they're missing it. Everything from, sitting down with someone who's 85 and playing chess, to being with a child whose dad is in a wheelchair and hasn't been able to go.
I think it's essential that Palo Alto become a leader in this area of creating what I would call a community park, which is a park that doesn't exclude anyone, but it also is built in a way that encompasses the special needs of older people, as well as children with special needs, as well as their families. And part of the reason I think it's so essential is Palo Alto is a haven of entrepreneurship, of new ideas, of creativity. It's always been a place that is ahead, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't take the lead in this area and become an example for other districts and other municipalities.
I think the message it sends to children is making sure that they know that they're valued members of this community. Making sure that every person in a wheelchair, every person on crutches, every person recovering from surgery, every person, pushing a baby stroller, even these little things, they can become very difficult tasks because of one stair, because of one curb. It's something that if you're an able-bodied person, you don't think about and you don't even notice. And then once you're in that wheelchair, once you've got that walker, all of a sudden every curb is your worst enemy. And really just showing these children and showing these people that they're as important as everyone else, that they're as valued as everyone else, that their needs are just as crucial and just as critical as everyone else's.